Uh, Late about the fall of 1997, my daughter Carrie and my son-in-law Taylor found a little group of worshipers that believed in the Holy Ghost baptism and speaking in tongues. And over the course of the year, they attended the meetings, and in late 1998, they both received the baptism of the Holy Ghost together one evening. So I started getting very excited about this because I'd never experienced anything like this before in my life, and I wanted to know more about it. And so over the course of the next year, Taylor and Carrie began sending me tracts and literature and songs from the group. And as I read those and listened to the songs, I realized that there was more to God than I had ever experienced before. So my wife and I, started to attend the meetings, and in late spring of 1999, I started really getting a lot of good touches from God. These are physical touches. I just call them just little touches of euphoria. And I realized that God was really alive. And in July of 1999, one evening I was asleep, and God touched me so much that I felt like I was being levitated from my bed. And at that time, my heart was just beating about 200 miles an hour, and I was terrified, but I didn't want it to stop. I knew it was from God, and I was loving it at the same time. And I don't know what that was, but I think God was kind of leading me up to what was going to happen the next week. The following week, I was fishing one afternoon in our pond in the subdivision, and something told me just to go home and just to get still. And so I obeyed it. I had so many good touches that I was wondering what was going to happen next. I was getting excited. So I went home, and I told Dee, my wife, that I was just going to go up and lie down for a little while. And it was very quiet, and I hadn't lied down in bed for maybe a minute or two. And suddenly I started feeling these feelings of euphoria again. And then my lower jaw started to drop, and within a minute or so, I started having stammering lips. My jaw was just, it was going, my teeth were chattering, and I was just not in control of the situation. And I knew that was from God, and I knew that I had just been born again. I hadn't spoken in tongues, but the next meeting we went to, we were praying, and I remember then speaking in tongues at that time. But it was very sweet that day between just God and myself, and I loved it.